Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. That's Vin. Tim Boyle Rules, baby. We got a quarterback finally. Holy shit. You know, this is my prediction. I think we're going to beat Atlanta. Not just because of Tim Boyle, because that dude is like, listen, he's not that great. I'm just fucking joking around. But I think our defensive line is just going to kill Kirk Cousins because he's so slow now. He can't even get the ball out of his hands anymore. Dude, it could be a real disaster for us because we'll probably win against Atlanta, and then all hell will break loose because we'll drop from like 2 to like 8, you know? But anyway, I don't know what you guys want to discuss, but the game was just another horror show. I don't know what to talk about.
Let's start right there then, because the topic came up, right? Because this is something where it's like everyone's crying about the way the game is being played, but then you have all these other people that since fucking a month ago wanted to tank. So guys, explain to me, what's the difference between losing and tanking? Anybody want to jump on that?
I think the only time to tank, and we're tanking. We're not. We suck.
Clearly,
bro. We're also tanking. It's clear that we're tanking.
You sure? I think we just really suck.
I really suck, and that's why the two could get blurred. But I think the only time to tank really is when there's a quarterback in that draft that you really, really want at the top. So you don't have to trade to get up there and go get that guy like we should have did a year ago. But I'm a broken record at this point. I guess we're tanking for one of these two quarterbacks, and I think we're tanking. I think like the team is giving up. A guy gets hurt, he's put on season-ending IR. Like it's over. That's everybody.
For anything, for like cramps and shit. For that time of the month, that guy goes on fucking IR.
Dude, and I think it's so obliteratedly, like, so obvious that we're tanking. We might get in trouble. Like, we better watch. You know what I mean?
I think Dexter Lawrence is faking.
That says you can't do it. There is nothing in the NFL rule book that says you cannot do it. With all the bullshit that all these other teams have gotten away with the, possible fucking tampering with Barkley to get him with the contract and all this other shit, and nothing happens, and none of these suspensions go through. I mean, Rashid Rice in Kansas City is still waiting to get suspended for fucking having 17 different fucking felonies charges and shit, right? Whatever the fuck he did over the summer where he went crazy.
He's like Trump.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, dude, so like, you know what? Yeah, if that's what they're doing, fuck it, let's go. But you know what, Mike? I'm going to just switch that slightly to the tanking versus losing type of thing. But like, and maybe you could put a twist on this, then why is everybody still bitching? This is what so much of the fan base wanted, not this year only, last year, 2 years ago, and now they finally get their wish, and everybody's crying, and it's fire shade, fire table, oh my God, we got to get Sanders. Like, dude, this is what you wanted. You got your wish.
I can jump in. Let me jump in, Jules.
Go.
You're right. I agree with you. I like the fan base is all over the place with it. But it's not easy to tank. It's one thing to say to tank. It's another thing to actually watch every waking minute. Dude, we are 2-12. We were out of this months ago. Like it's a long
Halloween
season. It's a tough season.
For that.
and then when you lose the locker room, you lose everybody. Now you got the plane flying over MetLife 2 weeks in a row now. It's bad. We're breaking records here. 0-8 at home. Like the heat is on Shane. I really think what sucks for Shane is the Hard Knocks show. I really think that's what really screwed him up big time. Big time.
You know that plane that's flying over at Giant Stadium? I think everybody has it confused in their heads. All these drones they're seeing. I think that plane is just flying all over New York, and everybody's just confusing it with like the drone.
The drones are supposed to group together and be like, Giants suck.
Yeah,
fire everyone.
It's all Giants fucking drones. That's what it's out there. Like, get rid of that.
That kind of leads me into my next question here, right? And this is how we're gonna like incorporate what's currently going on with the NFL, but then relate it back to the Giants. So at least we'll keep it still part of the BBO podcast, right? Like and subscribe, please. But with that said, I don't know if you guys caught any of the game last night. Did you watch any of the two Monday night games?
I watched the Falcons. They were my survivor pick.
Okay, so you
Oh
were,
my
you were
God.
interested in the boring game because you had a survivor pick there.
Wow.
I had some fantasy gold going because I had Sam Darnold and I was going against Justin Jefferson. I had Minnesota's defense. He had Roma Dunze and I won by 0.3. Don't ask me how. All right.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. It was fucking wild. That was a wild finish. But I did notice at one point where, here are the Bears. They have 4 wins. Yeah, they made a few games look interesting at the end, but they still fucking lost. Okay. At the end of the day, they have 4 fucking wins. 4. And they were architected and designed to be this fucking juggernaut that not only was going to win the NFC North, but was actually going to compete to be in the playoffs and maybe make some noise in the playoffs. They had Khalid Williams, who's supposed to be a generational type quarterback. They had DJ Moore already set up with Cole Kmet, but then they go and bring in Keenan Allen. They draft Roma Dunze. They bring in DeAndre Swift. And they have 4 fucking wins. And yet, their head coach is fired. Their offensive coordinator gets fired. Their offense still looks stagnant, doesn't look any better. And Ryan Poles is sitting there being praised by Troy Aikman for like an hour of that game. And people online are like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
He built a great roster and he did this and that. But how is it a great? It kind of goes back to this: what are we doing? Are we tanking or are we losing? Question, right? And it's almost like, well, what? How can you just find a great roster? Because weren't the Jets supposed to have one, right?
Yeah.
And now the Bears are supposed to have one, and they have 7 wins combined.
I think the Bears have a good roster, Jules. I think they just got the quarterback wrong. I said it like last year. You don't draft a quarterback that paints his fucking fingernails and is crying in the stands. There was like red flags about Caleb Williams all over the place. And the dude just like, you could see like guys get mad. Like DJ Moore must hate him. It seems like he hates him every time. Like a pass goes near his way, it's like 10 feet up in the air to the side. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he just looks lost on the field. And, sometimes, listen, 50% of NFL quarterbacks or NFL like draft picks to begin with, they just bust anyway. Could this guy be a bust? I don't know. A lot of other rookie quarterbacks are playing a lot better than him.
I got 2 points. I agree with trainer. I think Caleb Williams, when you don't go to training camp, you don't do any combine. The guy felt like he was above it all. I feel like as a rookie, you can't be above all that stuff. I don't care if you're this generational talent. Because now, look, you got pie on your face.
You're playing with men.
But there is also another.
And been doing it for a few years, for multiple years for a living. There's
Right.
a huge difference when you got kids on a scholarship, right? We won't even get into the NIL because I'm going to save that for the Heisman discussion. But like when you get into this whole fucking thing with that, like with these guys, these are professionals. This is what they do. This is how they make their money. They do this every year. They have certain fucking incentives for bonuses. Like they're gonna come at you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like this ain't playing college. You're not playing in some whack ass Pac-12 that fucking broke up and they no longer exist anymore.
Right. Have a little,
you know what I mean?
Little hubris, I think, would have helped Caleb, win a lot of people over. Also, I think the coaching. I think coaching matters. Jets were a debacle with coaching. I think Eberflus was a debacle with the Bears. Look at until they got Harbaugh, the Chargers were pretty much a debacle with a lot of talent. There's a lot of teams we see with a lot of talent where they don't get the coach right. And I look at the Falcons and I'm like, why wouldn't they hire Belichick for Raheem Morris? Like, what has Raheem Morris ever done? I just found it to be bizarre.
He's a pretty good player.
I think Atlanta has a lot of talent. And I'm not just talking about the weapons. I'm talking about their line was good a year ago.
Yeah. The defense is great.
The defense could be really good. And I'm like, that there's something there. And I thought Cousins was a good signing. I still think it was a good signing.
He looked like he fell off, and he looked like he really fell off big time. Like it took like
until this coming Sunday.
Minnesota got it right.
Cousins and Rodgers are both older guys who are coming off Achilles. That is the worst injury of all injuries. Like, and to come back from that, you need time. You need time. But he started.
I want to rewind a few episodes back to like August when someone, Jules, was saying how like these guys at their age coming off of Achilles injuries, they're going to be Super Bowl MVPs. Oh, okay. Like Achilles still have an opportunity to end your career.
Yeah,
right? Cam Akers, right? That dude was fucking supposed to be fucking all the work coming out of Florida State, and he's been good. He's going to have a good NFL career. But at the end of the day, he's not going to live up to what he was supposed to be because of the same shit, man. Yeah. And he got hurt young. He was in his early 20s when he got his shit busted open like that. So it's like, dude, that's a horrible injury. That is the worst for an athlete to experience because they lose a step. There's no question about it.
Kobe out.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But it looks like Cousins just like he lost. Like he takes forever to like wind up and throw the ball, and I think that's what's killing him on the offensive line. It looks like the throws are just offline, and he's getting hit a lot. He's getting hit a lot behind the line because he's taking so long to get rid of the ball. I think that's why I think the Giants, like with their defensive line, I think they have a real shot of beating Atlanta. And Atlanta's like -10. They open up the thing. But then I started thinking, I'm like, what am I drunk? I'm
Pretty
really
much.
think the Giants are gonna win?
Look
Like,
at
what
those
am
juice
I
boxes
nuts?
hitting you already, dude. They're strong.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, no, the Giants aren't winning another game. Probably not until like 2027. You know, it could be a while.
Well, that's not true because if we fucking get can't we get Ward or
Oh
fucking
God.
Sanders in here, we're gonna be playoff potential, bro. I
That's
actually
crazy.
saw
That's
that.
crazy.
I
Stop.
actually saw that. I'd have to like go look and see which idiot said this on social media. That literally said that Sanders looks like he's gonna be the guy coming to New York. However, if he does, New York is the Giants are automatically a playoff contending team. I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? Have you not looked around the rest of the league and seen what happened? All right, the whole Jaden Daniels bullshit in Washington, bro. That's 3 games now, Mike. Three, and Vin. Three games now that fucking literally they got away with murder. All right, what do they have? 8 wins on the season, right? Something like that. Or
They get
seven.
lucky. They play backup
Bro,
quarterbacks. They play guys
come
that
on.
are hurt all the time. It's a joke.
They could be out. Who they're it comes down to Philly. They play Philly. They play Dallas.
Yes.
And
Dallas is
still in
last
the
game.
mix, guys.
They play Philly, Dallas. Who's the third game they play?
We'll get to that when we do the pick'ems. But
Yeah,
I want
it's
to cover
coming.
one other thing because it was Heisman weekend and there's a lot of talk about all this kind of shit that's going on with the Heisman. Because let's face it, there's a really solid chance that some of these finalists could end up in the Giants next season, right? So it's worth the discussion. One thing that pissed me off, and you guys know I was texting this shit out because I saw it all over fucking social media, was that fucking Shador Sanders shows up because I guess his father was there in support of Travis Hunter and whatever else. And he comes along and he's literally fucking playing catch with Malik Neighbors in the middle of New York City.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, if that's not more of a promo to try to sell this dude to New York, nothing else, just selling him to New York as a product. He's not even a fucking player anymore at this point. He's a product that he's fucking been instituted into this fucking league because of that NIL nonsense. All right, because we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. But fucking, it's ridiculous. And then look, I was pissed off at Malik at first, but then he went out and played his ass off on Sunday. So
You got to give it to him.
I am not pissed at him,
Ben,
but I question what the fuck he's
Give him
thinking.
one. Give him nothing.
What was he thinking? That's all I'm like, bro. What goes through your head?
with the
that you
promo,
think you should fucking go. I mean, maybe they gave him some money. Who knows, right? I mean, look, when you look at this fucking NIL shit, because Travis Hunter, who ended up winning the Heisman, and I'll give my point on that because I want you guys to stay on this topic. But that dude is making $6.5 million this year, Sanders.
it's crazy.
$6.5 million to have a pretty good college season.
It's not great.
It's not even great. It's not even close to fucking being great because the dude wasn't a finalist for the Heisman run-up. Like, are you serious? Like, and if you look and you put his numbers up against so many other people in the league, it's not that fucking great. It's good. It's a very good year. I know his dad padded a lot of stats. I've been saying that all fucking year long.
Yeah.
That there was so many times that they were in blowout games and they're still throwing the ball. You're up 4 touchdowns. There's no reason to continue throwing the ball. It's not the old fucking college where, if you blew out a team by 60 points, you move up in the rankings. It ain't like that. These dudes were out and they were still fucking lighting it up, and he's still throwing touchdown passes when they're up fucking 3-4 scores. Like this.
And the stats, bro.
That's
you know who said it was Isaiah Simmons was the guy that said it on the Giants. That said Sanders coming here would just like, yeah, they'd be like, oh, we'd be so great and shit like that. Which is, listen, if he's saying it, he's a player, so I respect his opinion. Do I believe it? No, to be honest with you, I don't. I want to believe it. Trust me, I wholeheartedly do. If we get him, of course, like if we draft him, I want him to be great. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, man.
Vin, any comments on that part up until, because we're going to still talk a little bit about the Heisman, not much, but still a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like Shador. Everything that you said, Jules, I agree with. I think he's a product. I don't like the NIL stuff either. I think Giants put themselves in this spot now where the pressure is going to be that they have to draft a quarterback. And I got to tell you, the big thing I keep thinking about I wake up, I think about it. I go to sleep, I think about it.
That's crazy.
Is it Joe Shane? Is it gonna be Joe Shane making the pick? Like,
I don't know, man.
I think so.
I lost trust in him. I think in the position he's in, I don't think I want Shane making the pick. You know?
Dude, that's a good question, man. I mean, we're gonna find out the Monday after the season. You know, right away we're gonna find out if these guys are good or not. You know, Mara's not gonna waste any time. But
I had a piece for the podcast, but whenever Jules is done, maybe we'll do it now. Maybe we can do it later.
Well, all right, and then just to finish up, obviously, you know, I didn't think that Travis Hunter should win the fucking Heisman.
I did.
Why?
What a great speech! The guy is an Iron Man football.
No one's saying he's not a good dude. But I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know.
He's a bad character or a bad
person. Iron Man.
Part of the reason why.
Who did you want?
The reason why Dion Gentry
you want the running back?
I want the running back that most likely, right, will break Barry Sanders' rushing record, which no one thought was breakable in a fucking single season. Guys have come close, but they've fallen a few hundred yards short. Okay. Derrick Henry was close, but he fell a few hundred short. He won the Heisman that year. Okay. There's a few other guys that won the Heisman in that year that they challenged his record, and this kid's got a shot at breaking it. Wow. But yeah, we're going to give it to this dude because I saw one stat where he played the most snaps in college football. What does that mean?
It's not just that, Jules. He's pretty fucking nasty, dude.
You know, but like it's not like so. Here's the thing, right? When Joey Porter Jr. was playing at Ohio State, if I'm not mistaken, right, or one of the Big Ten schools, Michigan maybe, right? Anyhow, he was going up against elite wide receivers that are in the NFL that are making noise currently. Who the fuck is Hunter gone against? That Big 12 is soft as shit, bro. They don't have nobody there. And then when you look at his offensive records, they had a Triple Crown winner. That means you win in touchdowns received, yards received, and catches received, which is also an amazing stat. He didn't even win the Biletnikoff Award. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? They let this kid sweep the house with all these awards. And it's all because of this fucking NIL prop up the brand bullshit. He was on that Dion train because Dion took him in. And I'm not saying Dion's bad, but Dion knows how to hype people. You could even see his current freshman that's in his fucking building currently. That's going to be the guy to replace Hunter's position next season. And he's like, yo, I'm so happy that my boy won because my coach is going to have me fucking just like him next year. It's like, dude, like that's all this shit is, man. It's just hype among hype among hype. You take a look at Hunter and he was getting praise from people. He didn't take any of the collective NIL from the rest of the team. He even helped give out money to certain people. Bro made $5 million this year. $5 million, and that's before he won the Heisman. You know he's getting more endorsements coming in the next couple of weeks. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, bro, this is out of control. And I think that because of the hype and because of all this shit going on, that these guys are now becoming more hype than they are actual players. And I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm not.
I agree with that.
Falling for any of this shit, and that's why I don't believe in it, bro. Genti is your fucking Heisman Award winner. There's no question about it. Shut up with all the bullshit. If you want to tell me he played both ways, he did it for 4 years in high school. Every fucking high school star from any position at anywhere you fucking mentioned plays both sides of the ball. So he did it 1 year in college, and he's a fucking stud. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
All right, you might have turned me on that one. What do you think? It's a good argument.
So
what do you think, Ben? What do you think, Ben? Who's your Heisman? Who's your Heisman?
You guys watch a lot more college than I do, so I'd sound like an ass if I would even attempt to try to discuss something like this. Jules, you sound like you know what you're talking about. You know, it sounds like the running back who from Boise State. See, if he's breaking Barry Sanders' record, that's probably stood for the past 30 years. You know what I mean? Sounds like a big deal. So,
sounds like running backs matter to Jules now. I guess Barkley's back in his thoughts, you know. So,
like that, maybe.
There's another thing going around too with the Bears and everything, saying that they should have kept Justin Fields and traded back.
I seen that.
Oh, you don't say. And there's also rumors going around that Cleveland is keeping Deshaun Watson, which means Jameson Winston will be a free agent as well. So I should put Winston, Darnold, and Fields all out there on the market since you want to know what quarterbacks are going to be available, okay? So we don't have to be locked in. Huh?
Are you like Fields?
Listen, you know what? I might like Fields more than fucking Ward and fucking Sanders. and having to take that number one pick.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I have guys that are clamming to move up, and let's just say we get Fields, right? And we get Fields for a decent contract, like maybe 10 million, 15, 20 million a year. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe 20, right? Who knows? All right. And then you tell me we trade out of that number one pick. Okay.
That's
and
what I want.
Nothing but capital. And then I can get like a Gabriel Dillon, who is the quarterback for Oregon. This is just the case. Maybe. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, fuck it. We got tons of capital for next year. Where is this a bad idea?
I like that idea. Now I've seen something else on fucking social media. Sam Darnold, he's gonna command like 100 million, like a Baker Mayfield type deal.
Yeah.
And now like some Giants fans
Let
like,
him go back to the Jets.
So some Giants fans like, oh, we got to sign Sam Darnold. I'm like, well, does their coaching staff in Minnesota come with us? Does Addison, does Jefferson, does Hawkinson, do they all come with us? Because that's the reason Sam Darnold's having success in Minnesota. So it'd just be like Daniel Jones all over again. If you sign Sam Darnold over here, you gotta get like a veteran, and you gotta like draft like a rookie. I don't care if it's in the second round. Like get somebody, to like groom or whatever. I'm more than happy with that, but you can't go sign a guy like Sam Darnold for 100 million. We're just going to be in purgatory again. It'll be the same crap because we don't have the team yet.
Trade out of the first pick, sign Winston or Fields or Winston or Fields because if Darnold's too high, bye-bye. All right. And then draft like a Gabriel Dillon, unless his stock rises throughout the playoff, like I keep referring to, and he goes to combine and crushes it. And all of a sudden he's like, the number 3 quarterback and they're taking him in the first round again. Right. And the knock on him is his size. That's the knock on him. He's 6 foot. That's the knock on him. That's the reason why he's not in this conversation, because guess what? He was one of the 4 finalists for the Heisman Trophy this past weekend. Just putting that shit out there.
Yeah. Right. If he slips, why not? Especially if we get the extra picks.
If we trade back and we're still in the top 10 of the first round, you could still take Gabriel Dillon there because you will load it up on all these other picks. You could even do what the Texans did and trade up and get someone else and fucking do it again and do it this year if you really feel that strong on them. Yeah. Like there's options is all I'm saying. And that's what's got to be kept in mind moving forward instead of fucking falling into this trap that it's got to be Sanders or Ward and we'll find out which the 2 is the one. Fuck that, man. Learn from what people done in the past. Look what happened to Carolina. Look what Chicago's complaining about, and keep that shit in mind for the next few months. Do you have a point, or you want to move on to the picks?
No, I think.
Or questions.
Picks.
I agree with you guys, but I think I don't know. We backed ourselves into a little bit of a war here. It's going to be tough because this class does suck, and if shit making the pick. That dude is picking one of these quarterbacks. He's gonna go. If we're a top 2 pick, he's gonna go with Shador or Cam. I don't see him.
I think he has to, Vin. Right?
Yeah,
he has to.
What if we get?
He has no choice.
2 first rounders, right? Actually, 3 first rounders. Let's just say, right? So obviously, you get the 2025 first round. You get a 26 and a 27 and a second round.
I'll take it.
Rounds. You're not trading out of there.
I'll take it because we're gonna suck next year regardless. And then Archie Manning, if he does come out, we got the capital to move up to pro.
I don't want one of those kids. I don't want them. I think they both suck. I don't want them. I don't want any quarterback in this draft. Not one. I think we can build elsewhere. But I think if Shane's making the pick, he might be going quarterback. I think we got to fire Shane. That's why.
Wow.
That's kind of like my bottom line.
I'm hoping that he uses his head, trades out that first pick for a fucking ransom, brings in a vet quarterback to bridge it, like they say, bridge it. We'll use a fucking pick on one of these other guys. We'll take a shot on a Dylan Gabriel. He's not bad. I'm telling you, Jackson Dart's another name that you take one of those guys late. Maybe you could develop him. Maybe you won't. Who cares? It won't matter. You'll still have that kid in the back fucking of whoever our veteran quarterback is for that whole season.
I guess
I'm totally on board for that.
DeVito's done here, right? We could agree that DeVito's
He'll still be the practice squad third string. We keep him around. We like his agent. He comes on, he throws around fucking chicken palms and shit.
It was a fun couple games for him last year.
You keep him on the squad. Who else is taking him? Ain't nobody else taking that show.
Here's my thing I want to bring up to you guys. This might take some time. If you want to do this on another episode, we can.
Let's
evaluate Shane, like when he inherited the team 3 years ago, unit by unit. We'll start with quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver group, running back group. From what he inherited with Gettleman's team to
next
what
week.
Now, let's say an upgrade or a downgrade.
That's
But
a
you
good
have to
tease.
keep the defense. You have to involve the defense as well. You
Oh,
can't just make this all
yeah.
about the offense.
I met that.
All right, because there's a whole lot of things going on there, and
You are-
that was sort of where I was going with that whole argument with polls, because it's like, wait a minute, we have players. Guys got hurt again as usual.
No, we don't have
cut
players.
certain dudes. So
We don't have players.
Listen, we'll
That's
do
a
that
good
next
tease
week.
for next week, though.
Like and subscribe, please.
To go into that, yeah. So yeah,
All right,
next week that'll be the first thing next week after we talk about the Giants losing to Atlanta. We'll go right into that next week.
Now, we also got to figure out when we're coming on, because we do have a holiday next week. So just keep that
It
in mind.
yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, you're right. We got to figure out, like, Tuesday is Christmas Eve. Maybe the Monday, do it before the Monday night game.
I don't think there is a Monday night game, is there?
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, because I don't think there's a Monday night game, because they're playing on Saturday. But I got to check again.
But that's a great tease for next week. I think Gettleman.
Oh, there is one.
Everything
There
is
is
up
one.
for Gettleman. So that's my tease for next week.
There we go. Like and subscribe, and make sure you check out next week's episode. But now we're coming to the fucking favorite part of the night.
You know what it is. Oh, we got games like every day, all weekend. Let's
I
go.
fucking love this shit. Starting on Thursday.
Thursday night game. Oh man, this is tough already. I don't even know. In LA, the Chargers are the favorite. They're -2.5 against Denver. We always say the home team, right?
That's it. That's it, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because also too, if they fall to 8-7, they're in some deep shit. You know, Denver's got 5 losses on the year, so they can go to
Tampa
9.
Bay really fucked them up.
Yeah, I know they did. I still think if it was in Denver, I'd be all over the Broncos. I'm going home team on this one. That's honestly, that's the only deciding factor I have here.
I have to, yeah, Ben.
I'm going all day Chargers, major revenge game. And I don't think, I'm sorry, I like Denver's defense, but I can't believe Denver to be, I think the Chargers are better. I'm sorry. I'm just think the Denver's a nice story, but I think the Chargers are better coach, better everything, you know. And Peyton's good, but I don't know.
I think the coaches are even, but I think both defenses are great. So it really comes down to, like,
Herbert making it down the stretch.
Listen, I also give a slight edge on the Denver side in the coaching area. We have an actual fucking Super Bowl champion fucking coach.
But you know what though?
And Harbaugh never won, and then he's left after fucking Michigan.
But not having J.K. Dobbins completely changes that Charger offense.
Yeah, you're right.
Fat and slow, and I guess the Vidal kid just is not ready. He's not developed.
He's like a 6th round pick. That kid, you know what I mean?
What happened?
Like, he barely made the team.
What happened to Dobbins?
I don't even know. I think it was something with his leg. I'm not even sure.
It was a calf or something like that.
So he's going to come back though, like this year.
I think.
I thought he would be back already. That's why I'm like so lost.
It sucks, man. He gets hurt like every year. Like, really sucks.
Yeah, he was on the IR for MCL knee again. His expected return is week 17.
Okay.
They need him. They need him bad. That's a team that needs their running back.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild game, but yeah, I'm with you guys. I'll go with the Chargers.
He should be back next week, but again, like I said, home team. That's the only thing I'm going with here.
I like it. The home team.
All right.
Moving on to Saturday.
Moving on, yeah, Saturday, baby. Let's go Saturday. First game, Houston is actually the favorite. They're -2.5 in Kansas City.
No way. You got that.
Is Mahomes playing?
You got that backwards, bro. There's no way, because I'm looking at the odds right now. Kansas City's -2.5.
Oh, really? So on my site, I have
on that site. That site is wrong because.
All right, so we got to take Kansas City if they're getting points on just based off this website.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna get Kansas City with points, I guess. But I do like Houston win this game.
But is Mahomes playing?
Of course he's. Oh, is that what it is?
He has that mild high ankle sprain.
That'll take you out.
Yeah, but dude, I feel like he's always got this shit. Like, it's always.
I think Houston wins on Saturday. You know what?
Then he comes in, he plays it off, and he's fucking Pat Mahomes, and he's the greatest quarterback, and like, I don't know.
You guys were right though last week saying Kansas City was just going to kick the shit out of Cleveland.
Told you that.
So
that was obvious, bro.
I think Houston beats them though this Saturday.
Houston needs it more. Houston needs it more. You know what I mean? They really, really do.
Dude, Jules, be honest. Kansas City is 13-1. Do they really deserve that fucking record?
No, I saw some crazy stat, and
Fucking
it was a
nuts.
couple. It was like 2 weeks ago, so I don't even fucking remember like what it would be currently. But it's like one of those ones where it comes down to like the one score game, right? And what the record would be if the opposite team pulled off that one score win. So I think the Giants would have been at like 7 or 8 wins, believe it or not, right? And fucking Kansas City would be at like five.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. And it might have changed because they won big last week, so that automatically makes it six. So maybe they'd be at 7 wins at this point. But what a difference that would be, right? 13-1 to 7. Like, holy shit. So yeah, they've been getting lucky. I can't stand them. I feel like this whole Pat Mahomes thing, he's bitching because he went out and made a public comment that he was saying that the way the schedule folds out, that they play like 3 games in 11 days. So he's like fucking belly aching and whining over it. So this is probably just an excuse to fucking give him some time off. You know what I mean? They got some tough games, but it's like Houston's a tough one, but then after Houston, it's what? I know they got the Steelers and the Broncos. So I mean they don't have it easy the next 3 games. They really don't. So I don't know where he thinks he's getting this fucking break. But I can see that. Just
Man, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Kansas City shouldn't take their foot off the pedal just because they're battling for that 1 seed, that bye with Buffalo, and Buffalo seems to be pushing through. But I think Kansas City does take the foot off the pedal because now you got Mahomes who's hobbled. You need him for the stretch run. I also say, just like last year, this is where we see the awakening of Travis Kelce. I think Kelce begins to impose his talent and his play in the games now. And you're going to see him, and you're going to remember that Travis Kelce is a pass catcher and can give you wonderful fantasy numbers now. You know what I mean?
I think you're wishful thinking. He's still going out with Taylor. He's shot. That dude is a shell of himself.
He was last year.
What happens when you're flying out to fucking France on the bye week and then flying back home? They're going out to Cali. They're going to Cleveland. They're fucking it's called jet lag.
Yeah, but you guys also, he did last year, and then he freaking showed out in the playoffs. I hate Kelce. I never liked him. I think I agree with you, Drano. I think Houston somehow wins this game.
I think that might be my lock on Saturday is Houston. I think they're gonna really
Penn State in there too.
I think they're gonna win, man. Yeah, well, I might
They're
have
at 12 o'clock.
The
Kansas City's at 1. Just
I know. I hate how the college games are on like on Saturday with the NFL.
And that's such bullshit too, because usually when the NFL would play this Saturday game, they would do a 4:30 and they would do an 8 o'clock.
Exactly.
Why are they doing 1 and 4? Like, are they really trying to compete with the college playoff? Are they that fucking like just dickhead like to do that kind of shit?
They don't care,
bro. I hope not, because like I'm already losing respect for the NFL.
They should move it.
Don't make me lose some more.
I know. All right, the Saturday 4:30 game. The Baltimore Ravens. They're at home. They're minus 6.5 against Pittsburgh.
Say it.
I want to take Baltimore because I don't think Pittsburgh has enough to keep up with them. Like we seen it last week again, with Pittsburgh playing with Russell Wilson. It's just, it came back down to earth, man. He played Philly, and then Philly just destroyed them. I don't think Pittsburgh has enough. I think they're a fake 10-14. Give me the Ravens.
Guys, real quick, just in, the Atlanta Falcons are benching Kirk Cousins.
I knew it was going to happen. Penix against the Giants. And of course, now the Giants are definitely going to win.
No, they're going to lose now for sure, because Penix is going to throw for like 300 yards and everybody's going to be going crazy.
Yeah, rookie quarterback. I bet he throws like 3 picks. It's going to be bad, man. The Giants are going to win, and it's going to throw everything off, man. People are going to be mad.
Yes, they were out of the sweepstakes. It would be fucking fantastic.
I would like that too, to be honest with you. I don't want these quarterbacks.
Just because Pittsburgh fucked me like they always do. I hate taking them in survivor picks. I hate taking them in fucking betting. They killed my back end of the fucking 4 o'clock game parlays. I had everything else locked down, and they fucking had to get smacked by Pittsburgh. So by Philly, fuck them.
Dude, look
assholes.
Look who called it. Like during the first half of this podcast, I was saying Kirk Cousins just can't get rid of the ball on time. He looks slow, and then they must have been listening already. Like amazing. I know football. All right, moving on to Sunday. Ooh.
Oh, I gotta make my pick. Baltimore all day.
I know you're going to take the Ravens. Yeah, you can't take Pittsburgh.
And especially that they're talking that Lamar should win MVP. All right, let's see what you do against Pittsburgh, bitch, in the rematch, because you look like a bitch the last time you played them.
Jules,
That's all I gotta say.
that's the tease on Saturday. The Ravens and Houston. I'm just saying, 2-game tease. All right, and a parlay. All right, moving on. Sunday.
And a pear tree.
Hey, it's Christmas time. In Cincinnati, Cincinnati is favored by 7.5 over Cleveland. I think Cleveland is starting that Dorian Thompson guy, that benching Winston.
Why?
Cincinnati.
Bro,
I don't
Jamar
know,
Chase
man.
is going to have 15 catches for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. All right, stop.
All right,
They don't know how to
Cincinnati.
fucking throw to anybody else. T. Higgins ain't going to catch shit when I actually need him this weekend.
That's what I was waiting
Right.
for. So I'm taking Cincy. I'm with you.
Why is Winston benched?
They're saving him.
He throws too many picks, Vin. Like, if you ever watched like the Winston play, he
He's a straight gunslinger.
he just like, I don't even think he like looks. He just chucks it up in the air like sometimes. I'm like, what are you
I think
doing?
you know what it is. I think because he's got a good arm, right? And I just think that sometimes he thinks he can squeeze that arm into tight windows that doesn't belong even trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
right.
And he gets burned on it. You know, especially that he's got a few years on him now. He's a little older. He's
He
not
needs a good
19 anymore
coach.
doing that shit.
He needs a good coach that'll like kind of like calm him down with that kind of bullshit, you know?
Oh, like a Brian Dable?
No, not him.
I don't
Jules,
think.
Jules, not Brian Dable, because Dable, like, remember everybody, the thing with Brian Dable, like they were saying, like, oh, Josh Allen is so good because of Dable. Meanwhile, Josh Allen is going to be the MVP this year, and Dable hasn't coached him in like 4
He
years.
deserves to be. He deserves to be. There's a lot
You know?
of fucking Lamar support out there again.
No
Okay.
way. Let's just stop with that.
Bruce Arians is
Way.
one of the best offensive minds in the game, and he couldn't control the picks from Jameis Winston. So I don't think anybody could. I'm gonna say, Cincinnati in a rout, 2 touchdowns, they'll win. Cleveland's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They probably
packed
gave
them
up
for
already.
They
And
packed
it's in
them for the
Cincy, so
Yeah.
Right.
all right. I'm with
And
that.
I think technically Cincinnati's still mathematically not eliminated from the playoffs either. So they're in the hunt technically with 3 games to go. So they need this game.
AFC pretty much set. AFC is pretty much set. You know, NFC is where it's very confusing.
For that last like 6 and 7 spot, there's still some teams that are in there.
Yeah, but I think it's off the top of my head. You got your 4 division winners: Houston. It'll probably be Baltimore, right, or Pittsburgh. Is Pittsburgh in first?
Yeah, Pittsburgh's in first right now.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why Baltimore's going to win.
So you got Bills, Chiefs, Houston, and Pittsburgh. Then your wild card is Baltimore for sure, or Pittsburgh. Your other 2 wild cards would be
then it's either Denver and possibly LA Chargers. But if one of them got to lose, but if the Chargers lose to Denver, automatically now Bengals are in the mix and fucking Miami.
Yeah, they come in.
Shit.
They're in the mix, but I don't think anybody's unseen anybody in the AFC. I don't think the Bengals or Miami that's it. I think it's set in the AFC. I think those are the teams. The seeding will change, but that's what it is.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Couple more weeks. All right, here we go. Michael Penix is home against the Giants. 9.5 on this. I don't know if it decreased with him starting, but I got a Giants are going to cover
9 right now. So
is it crazy that I believe the Giants are going to at least cover the spread? Am I nuts?
I think you're nuts.
I like the Giants. It's crazy.
But do we have a secondary? Is everybody out again this week? I mean, like, like, I don't know, man. It's so hard. And who's playing quarterback? Boyle Rules?
Tim Boyle rules.
Boyle Rules. Oh, my God.
Let's go. Dude. Let's go, Tim Boyle. Show them what you got.
You know what? If the Giants
show them what you're working with.
Then if the Giants win, I guess we were losing the whole time. If they lose, then I guess we were tanking.
Right. I know.
I think the Giant. This is a perfect spot for Morris to put Penix in. The Giants are an absolute mess. I think he'll have a solid game. I don't think he'll have a great game, but he'll be solid and enough because, those first 2 drives with Lamar, our defense came up with a fumble, a 3 and out. Our defense plays. You know what I mean? They don't quit. But
our line is good.
But
our front 7 is legit.
Offense gives you nothing. I'm talking about your offense is the fucking worst offense I've ever seen in my life.
But this is a desperate move, then.
Yeah, no, but I think and then the defense gives up. You know what I mean?
I get tired.
So
Yeah, bro, when you're on the field having to make the plays all the time for the last fucking 17 games, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's a lot.
You get
But
tired, bro.
this is a desperate move by Atlanta, though. They're 7-7. They're in the playoff hunt. They're going with Penix.
Atlanta's winning. Atlanta is winning. They'll
probably win, but I don't think they cover.
I think they cover. Well, what's the points? 3.5 at home?
10.
10.
Oh,
9.5.
9.5?
Yeah. Yo, Tim Boyle, bro.
Yeah. Yes, they cover. Who's our quarterback? Tim Boyle. Done. They'll Atlanta wins. Give me Atlanta.
Rules.
Yo, I just want to get a Tim Boyle jersey and just go crazy on Sunday.
What do you bet in that game? How you betting it? You betting
I'm not touching that game.
Cover?
Or touch that shit.
Yeah, like I thought about taking Atlanta like in my survivor pick, but no, I can't do it, man. I think this is the game the Giants, because their defensive line, they could get to. I mean, I was expecting Cousins, but I don't know, man. You don't know with a rookie quarterback how he's going to come out and play. You think he's just going to be dominant? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a tough one. It's really a tough one to take.
If I were you, I'd stay away from that pick.
I'm not touching that. No way.
You know what? My golden rule on the Giants, and that's not being biased. That's
never bet them.
Difficult team to figure out. Difficult.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Remember a couple years ago they went into Seattle with backup quarterback and they won, right? Was it Colt McCoy? Right?
Colt McCoy.
I mean, come on. Who expected that?
Yep.
So yeah, who the hell knows? But watch out for the game. I'm telling you, stay far away from that game because you just don't know, man. Rookie quarterback, a good defensive line by the Giants, you just don't know.
Good thing I picked the Falcons last week or last week.
Got him out of the way.
God damn, that was a nail biter. They put Hail Marys in the end zone all the way to the last second.
I know.
Right.
Twice, 2 Hail Marys.
I was like, oh my God.
I know. I was like, come on,
that was for the
Oakland.
win. It wasn't even like that was for the tie. That shit would have won it.
I was rooting for Oakland, obviously. I'm like, give me that number 1 draft pick, but unfortunately it didn't happen. All right, moving on. Detroit, man, unfortunately, they lost Montgomery now for the year, which sucks.
They peaked October. I said it. They peaked.
Obviously, you can't say that. They lost their best fucking pass rusher in the
Oh, the fuck what?
And they lost their number 2 punch.
I don't want
fucking
to
Montgomery, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
they're not.
Everybody's a Detroit Lion fan all of a sudden.
They have no defense anymore, man. Detroit's minus 6.5 in Chicago.
They're gonna stomp Chicago. Okay, Chicago
Probably.
sucks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They're gonna get revenge. Gibbs can still fucking ball. They still have their receivers. St. Brown will go off. They're gonna fucking crush Chicago, especially that all that talk happened from Thanksgiving where they were saying, "Oh man, if they would clock manage better, that's why the head coach got fired," and blah 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 blah. Yo, you know the way they are. They're gonna come in and they're gonna smack.
I agree. It's Gibbs and then Reynolds is going to be the backup running back. So
he's not going to get as much burn as Montgomery, but Gibbs is good.
He might get like
he might get 16, and he's been splitting snaps the whole year. This kid's coming in fresh as can be. It's like he played 8 games this year. You know what I'm saying? Like
they got to feed him, man. They got to feed him, Jules, going down the stretch. They got to.
They're going to have to. That's it. Especially with Minnesota winning last night, they could still lose the division, let alone the number 1 seed. Like, there's so much on the line for Detroit. They ain't going to fuck it up and going into Chicago. Fuck that.
Can Gibbs handle a bigger load? I don't know. We'll see.
I think so.
He did last year.
I do agree with you guys. I think Detroit kills the Bears. They're going to take it out on the Bears. But they are not. The Detroit Lions are not going to win the Super Bowl. So everybody needs to get that shit out of their heads.
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl then.
Dan Campbell is not a Super Bowl winning coach.
Oh, you can't fucking hide fucking injuries, dude. Montgomery getting hurt early in that game changed the game plan. They got shellacked. It was a shootout. The defense
all year, and everybody been jumping on that bandwagon. I'm like, yo, when did everybody become a Detroit Lions fan?
Last year.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, all of a sudden, the Lions are going to win stuff. They were winning against the Niners, and they lost that game. Dan Campbell, he makes horrific decisions. Horrific. He's a good coach guy. Yeah, but it's like, yo, we need to jump off. Everybody needs to understand the Lions are the biggest clown organization up until what they've been doing the last 2 years. But it's like, all right, let's see them do something now. I don't want to hear the excuses of all the guys they lost. What about
it's a lot, though. It's a lot, Vin. People like the coach. Obviously, everybody loves Dan Campbell. But the thing with Detroit, they still got Goff. Goff, when he's playing like from behind, when he don't have that strong running game and the defense to support him, it's the reason why the Rams got rid of him in the first place. So I'm with you. I don't think they get even close to the Super Bowl this year.
What Goff is? You know what Goff is? He's Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott. He's every middle of if everything hurts, if everything's working, he's good. But
he's not going to win you a game.
Win you the game. Can he go in the fourth quarter and win the game? I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They're all the same. They're all the same. You got your elite guys, and then you got everybody else. Everybody else is Daniel Jones.
All right, that's crazy talk. I'll edit that part out, but I know what you're talking about. All right, so we're all rolling with Detroit. All right, moving on. In Indianapolis, they're minus 4.5 against Tennessee. Tennessee is garbage. Give me the Colts all day.
Yeah, I agree, but I fucking hate betting this Indy team. They just piss me off. I can't stand Anthony Richardson. I think he ruined that fucking team.
What?
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll take them at home. They're still technically in the playoff hunt too at 6-8, right? So it's like that's what I'm saying, Vin. I guarantee you one of these 6-8 teams sneak in. Watch.
I don't think so. I think AFC set. MC's a mess, but AFC is pretty much set to me. Tennessee, they could score. They're a team. I know they're like dead last with defense, I think, but offensively, like Tajay Spears had a game, and you know what I mean. I know he's been hobbled. Indy's weird to figure out. I really don't like Richardson, but being that Indy's home, I feel like this is going to be a field goal game. So I guess give me the points. I feel like it's going to be close. I think
I'm not riding that half point.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Tennessee might have gave up too, man.
No, but what they score you last week? Who they play last week?
Oh, fucking shit team.
Yeah, and I think they put up like 27.
They got smacked around by the Bengals.
What was the score?
37-27.
Yeah, all right. Well, they put up 27 points. Their defense is bad. Defense is not good.
Defense ain't that good either.
Yeah. Bengals made a lot of mistakes in that game, so
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the game. I probably won't bet it,
Anthony Richardson will be like fucking 10 for like 21 in pass attempts and rush for fucking 60 yards and sniper a fucking touchdown or two from Jonathan Taylor. But literally, that'll be it.
You guys sound very sure of it. Why don't you make that your survivor pick?
That's crazy talk.
What?
I'll tell you my survivor pick later.
You sound sure of it.
I might pick the Colts next week when they play the Giants. We'll see. All right, moving on. Arizona. I love Arizona. They're minus 4.5 in Carolina. Give me Arizona all day.
Yeah, Arizona all day. Like, I'm not even questioning it. They're sitting there at 7-7. They're in third place currently, believe it or not, in the West. That West is getting wild. But them all day, no doubt. They should definitely win this game.
I am surprised. I stayed away from the Carolina game because I was like, Carolina's going to win one of these games.
We all thought.
We did, huh? You saw someone wasn't fucking saying Cowboys? How about them boys?
I don't remember that.
They're creeping back in, dude. Cooper Rush.
I agree. I think Arizona wins, but I think Carolina will show up. I think Carolina will come back from whatever debacle they did against the Cowboys last week, and it'll be a game, but I think Arizona wins. They got a lot on the line. They've been playing like shit. Kyler Murray sucks. Oh my God, I hate him.
I think they destroy him, actually. All right, moving on. This is a weird spread. Philly is in Washington. Philly's only minus 3.5 in Washington. And Washington is finally going to play a good team. I know it's a division game, but give me the Eagles all day.
All day. All fucking day. And the line's at 3 right now. I hope somebody fucking bets hard from fucking the Capitol and fucking all of a sudden that shit goes down to 2.5 because then I will fucking be all up and down all over that shit.
I can't stand Washington, but I don't think that is a team that I've picked against all year long. Every week, I think they're just going to win. They find ways to win. They're just talented in every unit. And now they showed, A.J. Brown was bitching about not getting the ball. Let's throw A.J. Brown the ball. Let's show it off. Let's see where, Saquon take a backseat. They're just going to, I think.
Isn't it amazing that when Saquon takes a backseat, the entire rest of the offense looks great?
I don't
want that out there, MVP Barkley.
I don't want him. I don't want them to be the 1 seed. I don't want to see Philadelphia on a deep run. We need to see some injuries here. We need Philly to get hurt. We need something. We need drama. We need somebody to get slapped. Something has to happen because I hate
they've also had a pretty soft schedule too down the stretch. I mean, like honestly, if I go through they beat the Ravens. I'll give them a key win there. We already said that the Steelers have been so. They beat a Rams team. All right. I mean, how good are the Rams really?
They're coming back.
Like,
I think the Rams are legit.
Rams are heating up.
Yeah,
they're heating
right,
up
because they're going through their Western Conference where it's fucking whatever. Yes, they out fucking offensed the Bills a couple weeks ago. Outside of that, we will get to the Rams in a minute. I'm just saying, I don't know. You know what? There's really no strong teams. And in a weird way, I could see Washington maybe pulling off an upset at home, but I just don't see it happening this week.
You don't think on an 11-game winning streak, you don't think Philly's for real? Philly's for real.
They're for real. They're going to beat Detroit.
Fuck them. Fuck
Yo,
Philly's
back.
Philly's good. Their cheesesteaks suck too.
I hate to say it, but yeah, I think they're going to fucking beat Detroit.
I get better cheesesteaks in New York. I'm just putting that out there.
You talk about steakums? That's crazy. All right, moving on. Rams, they're minus 3.5 in New York against the Jets. Give me the Rams all day, man. Even though the Jets played good, but they played Jacksonville, so I'm not worried about the Jets. Give me the Rams all day.
Yeah, I guess. But
you would really take the Jets with the points?
Bro,
I don't
like where did Aaron Rodgers come off having his best game of the year in fucking Jacksonville? He threw for fucking 300 yards. He ran for like 50, I think. He had 3 touchdowns.
He still should have lost.
Where the fuck was that all season, dude? I don't know, man.
Because it's against Jacksonville, Jules. That's why.
I guess you're right. I'm going to have to say that.
Rams got a D.
Since you guys are convinced me with the Rams, we'll go Rams here.
The Rams are the sleeper pick in the NFC. However, they're going from the West Coast to the East Coast for a 1:00 game. The Jets seem to be resurged with this victory. I think the Jets are going to play spoiler now. And I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to screw the Jet fans, but out of a top pick, they're going to be winning games left and right, I think. I think there's games on this schedule.
Absurd.
I'm like, watch. You guys are going to kill me for this one. Watch the Jets and the Bills game. Watch the Jets and the Bills game. Watch the Jets and the Bills that's coming up.
That's
Jets,
crazy.
It's going to be a tight game, but they're not going to.
Give me Jets, Jets.
Bro, it's in BUFFALO.
That's nuts.
It's different. We're like the whole West Coast 1:00 at home, all this other shit. Like there's things that are lining up right, and that's the reason why Vegas has his line at 3. All right, but wait till next week. We'll get to that.
Rams are very good though. Rams are very.
They're playing really well now. All right, that's crazy talk. They're taking the Jets. All right, moving on. 4:00 games on Sunday. Minnesota. They're minus 3.5 in Seattle. Geno Smith just throws these bad picks. He gets sacks a lot. Give me Minnesota all day, man. They just quarterbacks look like shit.
He's also hurt.
Yeah, he is, right?
Yep.
And that does concern me because if he's out, then I think
Hal's gonna
no fucking shot if he's out.
You think Hal's gonna play? I think Geno Smith is gonna end up playing.
No, isn't it Heineke?
No, it's Howell.
The old Washington quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Sam Howell's starting for the fucking Seattle, they got no shot against fucking Minnesota. You know what? Minnesota's playing for the fucking number 1 seed, bro, in the NFC.
They might get it.
Win this game.
They might get it, Jules.
But I'm going Minnesota.
I think it all depends on the Geno injury. Geno plays. I think I like Seattle at home, but I guess I'm going to go with Minnesota here based on Geno's injury. I think Seattle's done. I don't think they're winning. I don't think they're making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, me neither. I think they're done too.
Currently second in the NFC West.
What?
All right. Ooh, I love this game. In Buffalo, New England got to come to Buffalo against Josh Allen, MVP. Buffalo's minus 13.5. I don't give a fuck. It was 60.5. Give me Buffalo all day. Let's go.
I mean, it's really tough to pick against them. I mean, at home, too?
You can't.
You can't. Like, whatever. Buffalo all day.
This is probably pirate pick number 1 for me. Buffalo will destroy. Will destroy the New England Patriots. All those years, it's their turn.
No doubt.
Fair
Buffalo all day. I'm just going to bet that straight up. When I'm down money on the 1:00 games, I'm going to bet Buffalo hard. You heard it here first. All right, this is the game that concerns us. Jacksonville, they're actually the favorite. They're minus 1.5 in Vegas. Obviously we all want Vegas to win, but Jacksonville just they play hard. I don't know if it's Doug Peterson or whatever with Mac Jones, but they're in games for the most part. So I probably got to go Jacksonville.
And I'm gonna just continue this theme throughout the fucking thing. Las Vegas is not losing; they're tanking.
I agree.
Right there we go. Right. Okay. So I think they continue to tank.
I agree with you guys. I think Jacksonville wins because one team is losing and one team is tanking. Vegas is tanking. They scored that touchdown and then missed and botched the extra point. They're tanking.
They're tanking. The Giants are tanking. Vegas is tanking. It's a race for the first number one pick.
Yeah. All right. That might be a bet to take Jacksonville for the 4:00 games. Throw a lot of money on there. All right, moving on. In Miami Dolphins -1.5 against San Francisco. I don't know what to take in this game. I'll go to you guys. Try to convince me. Ace Ventura's Dolphins.
Dude, I don't know. I don't want to touch this game in reality. So because anytime I get a feeling like that, the rule that we default to is go for the home team. So I'll take the in this one.
Yeah, both pretty much done. They could be sport. No, they're still in it. They're in the hunt. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a really tough game.
I just don't know what team's showing up for who.
Like, I feel like San Fran can go into a warm weathered Miami and play with them. Tua is coming off of his worst game of the year in a long time, actually.
Didn't he get somebody killed?
You guys were saying Tua was fucking elite a couple weeks ago.
Different team when he plays. He had a bad game last week, though. I think give me. I don't want to pick Miami because Miami sucks too, though. I'm gonna go San Fran. I don't know. I'm gonna make it difficult on you, Trina. I'm doing it on purpose.
Man,
I don't know.
Give me Miami, man. San Francisco has disappointed me all year, and that's the only reason why I'm going to take Miami.
The only thing that could save San Francisco is if they rally behind Shanahan and the rest of the coaches, because they literally had that linebacker walk off the field during the game this week or the past week. So, you got to do that quick on the whole fucking team. Sometimes they rally around that shit, and they could go in there fired up. But if they don't, then they're fucking done, and Miami's going to lose.
Jules, they only suspended him 3 games. He's a no-name. I would have kicked his ass off the fucking team.
Yeah, well, that's the rest of the season, basically. Unless they make the playoffs. Then they can't suspend him for the playoffs or whatever.
They can't cut him because then they'll have to pay his salary.
Oh.
So that's why they don't want to cut him, because then it's all of a sudden it's like, oh, you benefit. So fuck him.
Okay. Gotcha. There you go.
Because I know they cleared his locker out. I'm like, 3 games. I guess
yeah, they put that shit in a cardboard box and they just fucking left it outside. It was great.
They denied his instant access in and out.
They're used to it. More of this shit is gonna happen now. Dudes it's too much money. And I don't know, whatever.
He should have done,
and it's only gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse.
He should have just took the Giants effect, just pretend like you have a back injury and go on an IR.
That's it. Pull a hamstring. You know what I mean? Like, it's Miami.
Yeah, my toe. All right, Tampa Bay. They're in Dallas on Sunday night. Tampa Bay is -4.5. Fuck Dallas, right? Give me Tampa, I guess.
Yeah,
they are coming off of a fucking big win against the Chargers.
That's a huge win.
They're on a 4-game win streak. Mike Evans is just fucking putting fucking stats up to fucking paint his Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer, Mike Evans.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
But Dallas is playing good
great.
too.
Bucky's been running great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dallas already did win at home. Oh man, this is going to be better than you think. So I'll take the points here.
Right. That's what I'm thinking about doing that too. Taking Dallas with the points.
I can see Tampa winning this close.
I'm with that.
I think you guys are smoking. I think it's been cute that Dallas has won some games, but I think Tampa shuts the door on Dallas's playoff push. It's over. Tampa showed me a lot last week against the Chargers. Showed me a lot. Tampa is for real.
Baker was throwing dimes.
Dude, you know what he does? He gets the ball in Mike Evans' hands. Mike Evans, you could put it, he's matchup proof. You could throw two guys on him, two corners. He will get the ball. He's lanky. He's a Hall of Famer. He's fucking good. He's very good.
Mike Evans is definitely getting a yellow jacket.
You know who he reminds me of? You know who he reminds me of?
Oh,
Plaxico Burress.
No, stop it. Stop it.
Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Ben, tell me I'm wrong. Be honest.
He's never not had 1,000-yard season. He's never not had 1,000-yard season.
I don't want to hear any of that, but he goes up and gets the ball. Like you could throw it in like double coverage. My man
I think he's only not had double-digit touchdowns like twice in his career. And it was like 8 was 1, and then he had like a bad year where he had like 4. But like literally, that's the guy we're talking about here. Plaxico is not him.
Well, listen, Mike Evans never shot himself, so
okay, fine. Yeah, well, that's why Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer.
You know,
I think Traden is referring to like his metrics, his height, the way he plays. I don't think he's talking about stats and stuff.
Mike Evans, I think was a better route runner. I think he was faster.
Mike Evans never went to.
All right, well, Jules, you don't think Plax was a good route runner?
I just said Evans was better.
Oh,
I didn't say he was bad. I think he runs crisper routes. That's it.
Plaxico is nasty, dude.
Who's that tall receiver? I forget his name. That was on the Chargers all those years. He was really tall.
Tim Brown?
No, not Tim Brown. Tim Brown was tall. There was
before Keenan Allen, like he was the man before Keenan Allen.
You know what I'm talking about? He reminds me of him.
I gotta think for a few.
You guys know who I'm talking about, though. Jules, you know who I'm talking about.
I do. I just can't think of his name right now. That's why.
But he was good when he played. He was at Chris route running, taller than everybody else. He was nasty.
He was like with Gates and LaDainian and Phil Rivers, all those guys, right?
He barely played because he was always hurt. I remember.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
He was light skinned. He was a light skinned black guy, I think.
No, I know who you're referring to because I know when you would pick him up in fantasy, we'd have like 2 or 3 really fucking insane.
And then you lose him for the
and then he's back on the fucking IR and shit. You know what I mean?
What's his name? That's who Mike Evans reminds me of. Always.
No way. Dude, you got to give Mike Evans credit for fucking staying healthy.
Yeah, I'm talking about metrics wise, like what he looks like and how he plays.
Mike Evans, the only thing about him, he never went to Ahmad Bradshaw's house with a gun and went to the club after he picked him up. So good for him. I can't believe that because we were on our way to win a second Super Bowl and then all hell broke loose. But don't get me into that. All right. So we're all
Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson.
That's right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He put up points, pretty consistently, like for a lot of years. Like he gets you points here and there.
He was a nasty player. He couldn't stay healthy.
So who you taking, Ben? You taking Tampa?
Tampa all day. I think Dallas is way below Tampa. Way below.
But it's a Sunday night game, and Dallas is home, so
I don't give a fuck. It's not.
And don't forget, Vincent Jackson was in Tampa for some of his career as well, and unfortunately, he passed away early. So, it's a tragic story with that receiver.
Oh shit, that's right.
What happened to him? That. He died. What happened to him? Car?
Chronic alcohol abuse or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he just, I don't know. It was sad.
Yeah.
One of those sad ones, you know what I mean?
All right, Jackson.
That's crazy. All right, so here's the moving on. Here's the Monday night game that I'm taking in my survivor pool.
Me too.
So there is a Monday night game in Green Bay. Green Bay is minus 13.5 against the Saints. That's on their 3rd or 4th quarterback. Give me Green Bay all day.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay should fucking shellac this fucking team.
Let Vince
Lambeau on Monday night before fucking Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Let Lombardi come back from the dead. The Green Bay Packers will fucking put 40 on the New Orleans Saints. 40, and that's a pretty good defense on the Saints. Defense ain't bad, But I think Green Bay all day. I got my 2 picks. I'm looking at Buffalo and Green Bay. That's what I'm looking at.
Wow, you got Buffalo this late. That's not bad at all, dude.
So,
and still the 3 of you. Sammy still doesn't want to split.
Sammy,
you'll split that shit, bro. What's wrong with you?
He came down to 5,000. Each of us get 500. I'm like, no, I won't do that.
When you don't want to split, that's the death sentence.
Yeah, I don't want to. He doesn't want to do it. I would love to. Me and the other guy.
Wait, there's still
Man.
3 of you guys?
Yeah, there's only 3 of us.
That's bad.
Sammy, let it go, man. Sammy, let it go.
Dude, I created a group chat just last Saturday. I was like, guys, let's so we can say at least we tried. And Sammy has his offer. I did my offer, which I was like, let's get $3K a piece and play for the last $3K. The other guy, his name is Bryant, one of Ben's friends. He was like, why don't we do first, second, third? First place gets 4, second place, or 6 and 4 and 2 for first, second, third. Sam was like, no, my deal is the most even. It's the best one. I have the best teams. It's like, yo, your teams are dropping by the week. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're going 2 at a shot now. Like, for real.
Dude,
How many teams because you have fucking left? It's week
so
16.
Sammy picked the Ravens and Arizona. The other guy picked the Ravens and the Falcons. I picked Arizona and the Falcons. So Sammy was done on Sunday. I had Arizona. He had the Ravens. The other guy, we both had the Falcons. If the Falcons would have lost, right, Sammy would have won the whole thing. He would have won the whole 12-5. So he must be like, motherfucker, these dudes are still in it.
So that's what you got to take into consideration. Who is taking what in survivor pools? Who do they got left? What teams they got left? And who you taking? So there it is, fellas.
For real. Oh, that's it. That's another fucking wrap here. But we got some football lining up, some good college games, and the college football playoffs officially start on Friday night. Well, this is going to be fun. So this is going to be a fun weekend. Football all fucking weekend long, from Friday night all the way to Monday night. And then we have games on Christmas. So it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. Can't wait to see how this shit turns out. But we will be back. What, next Monday we're going to do this? We'll sneak in a quick one on Monday, do some picks.
Probably
we'll talk a little more shit about that Green Bay New Orleans game before it kicks off. We'll get these going. We'll send some Christmas cheer and joy around the fucking world. And, we'll like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. See you.
Go Giants, I guess.